coaches, Alan Spindler, Johnny Enderby, Berna, and JoJo Henry. Coaches and wrestlers in our 3rd through 5th grade program. Coaches Cole Motive, Shane Harvey, Jeremy Van Agern, Chris Busky, Dick Husky, Brock Manning, Care Goodness, Shane Reinhardt, and Alex Lingroy. Coaches and wrestlers in our middle school program. Coaches Ryan Lukatsky, Care Goodness, Fred Hensel, and Luke Martinson. Once again, good evening and welcome to Pulaski Community High School for Fox River Classic Conference Wrestling. Tonight's varsity duel features the visiting Pirates from Bayport High School and your hometown Pulaski Red Raiders. This time we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats and headgear, and join in singing our nation's anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. two programs enter tonight's meet with a combined 46 conference championships between them. Tonight is no different as the 2020 Fox River Classic Conference Championship is on the line. And now for the starting lineups. As a result of the weigh-in draw, tonight's meet will start with the 113-pound weight class for the Bayport Pirates. It'll be Wyatt Wilson. And for the Red Raiders, Kapla. At 120 for Bayport, Warzynski. Wrestling for the Red Raiders, Ryan Freeward. At 126, Bayport will forfeit to Pulaski's Storter. At 132 for Bayport, it'll be Chris Benjamin. And for the Red Raiders, Geel. At 138 for Bayport, Jacob Ward. And for Pulaski, Jojo O'Leary. At 145 for Bayport, Austin Heim. And for the Red Raiders, Mitchell Kitsman. At 152 for Bayport, Chandler Storter. Wrestling for the Red Raiders, Tristan Taylor. At 160 for the Pirates, Colton Berna. And for Pulaski, Trenton Gibbons. At 170 for Bayport, Matt Garbowsky. For the Red Raiders, Lemke. At 182 for Bayport, Trevor Nuys. For the Red Raiders, Mason Wells. At 195 for the Pirates, Drake Anderson. For the Red Raiders, Max Berna. At 220 for Bayport, Max Hostetler. For the Red Raiders, Hoffatas. At 285, Pulaski will forfeit to Bayport's Max Newson. For the final match of the evening at 106 for Bayport, Owen Noel. And for Pulaski, we would like to remind you one of the goals of high school athletics is developing values of a lifetime. Sportsmanship is one such value that makes these games an educational experience. Please remember to exercise good sportsmanship throughout tonight's meet.
Hey, Red Raider fans! We're just about to get set for a highly anticipated wrestling match between Pulaski and Bayport. I'm here with state champion wrestler Mr. Manning.
Thanks. Yeah, we've got a big one on hand tonight. A huge rivalry, of course. There's conference title implications on the line here in the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse. Of course, it wouldn't matter if there was a conference title on the line or if both teams were 0 forever. This rivalry would still be a heated one.
It runs deep. Bayport actually has 21 conference titles and Pulaski has 26. So, I mean, both these teams are top-tier FRCC teams.
That's right. We should probably talk just a little bit about that roadmap. That there is a map of sorts for both teams to reach a conference title. Now, coming in, Bayport already has one loss on the season. They lost to De Pere earlier this year, and so, but I think the score was 40-27. And so, with one loss on their record, they have to win out for a shot at any part of the conference title. Of course, the Red Raiders need to win tonight. If they win out, of course, they'd be undefeated, and that would be the story. They'd be outright conference champs. But they still have some tough teams on the horizon in Ashwaubenon and De Pere. But we've got action going on right now at 113 pounds, where Ashton Kapla is out there on the mat for the Red Raiders, and he has already picked up a takedown as the two wrestlers are on the edge. Referee Kevin Gillett calls them out of bounds. We'll come back to center for a fresh start here with 1:30 left in the first period.
I really like Ashton Kapla's style. Very hard worker, very aggressive wrestler. Just a very well-moving guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes from a family of wrestlers, as you probably know that Kapla name. And yeah, he's no stranger to the sport. And yeah, hard-working kid, great kid. Of course, as just a sophomore,
oh yeah,
we can hopefully see some great things out of Ashton in the years ahead. But right now, we're hoping for great things out of him in this match. So again, back here on center, and Ashton riding tough here on top. Got a cross wrist, looking to pick that near knee as well if he can step through. Putting good pressure on. Yep, he has hooked the bottom leg, and Ashton is actually pretty close to getting back points. You can see the referee indicating that right now, oh, there we go, we're getting a count. So he's going to pick up at least 2, but he's got a pretty good secure hold, and it looks like the referee is holding 3 for us. So Ashton's going to pick up a 3-point near fall. We're going to wait till this pinning hold loosens or changes before those points will be awarded. And we're real close to it. There it is. There you see the 3-point near fall, and that gives Ashton a 5-0 lead here with just a few seconds remaining in the first period. Ashton staying tough on top of that cross wrist ride. 2-1. Oh, and we're going to get a fresh start with .8. I think he's probably going to end the period this way. I don't think the Bayport wrestler will be able to get out. What do you think?
No way, no way. In .8 seconds. Be pretty insane, though.
That's right. All right. So, like we said, 5-0 the score for Pulaski's Ashton Kapla. He defers, and Bayport chooses neutral. So, second period, we'll start here on our feet. Ashton doing a nice job of trying to get some kind of action going with his hand fighting, looking for some opening. That first takedown came pretty quickly, within the first 30 seconds or so of the match. So
he's doing really well in this match so far.
Yeah, if he can keep that same pace. He's obviously the Red Raiders are going to be looking for some bonus points here in this bout. So if Ashton can get an 8-point differential, he'll score a bonus point, and then just keep pouring it on from there. Of course, ultimately, if he can get the fall to pick up 6 team points for the Red Raiders, that would be ideal. But Ashton in on a single leg right now, real close to scoring, and there's going to be a 2-point takedown as well. So stretches that lead to 7. I think these are some weight classes down here low, the lighter weight classes where Pulaski is really hoping to make some hay tonight.
Pulaski's not the biggest team ever. I mean, we forfeited to Max Musin for a reason. But just very quick guys in Pulaski. Very good lower weight class wrestlers.
Yep. Here we go. We see Ashton again with that leg turk and bottom shoulder. He's picking up another count. I believe the official is holding 3 again for us. So that's going to stretch that lead out to 10-0. Now Ashton is working on a power half there. He was close. There's the 3.
3-point near fall.
Less than, we're at about 5 seconds left in this period. So Ashton with a commanding lead going into the last stanza of this bout. So now it's Ashton's choice. He deferred in the second period, so it's his choice. You look at the situation, he's up 10-0.
Would you defer again, or?
I'm sorry, he actually picked top. He's been making some hay on top here. He has scored, 6 back points so far. So yeah, why not? Why not go back there and see if we can turn and pick up the fall? That'd be great. There you see he is relentless. He's broken down his opponent. He's got him flat, trying to dig out a wrist, looking for some way to get some leverage and hook up some sort of a turn. Here he goes with that, again, cross wrist and near knee. Bayport's wrestler getting warned for stalling. He's laying flat like that, maybe head on the mat. Then the official's going to start looking at you and saying, "Hey, we got to get more active." Now, that's a pretty tough job to do when you've got a kid like Ashton who's cranking on top and
just
making it tough.
Really working hard, wearing him out. I mean, that's the way to go, though. I mean,
absolutely. So yeah, he set a pretty good pace in this match. He seems like he's wearing out his opponent. Again, that is tough. That's a tough position to be in down on bottom, where you got a good rider, tough on top, and Ashton just doing a nice job. Bayport's wrestler is trying to get something going, but it's hard to build base and make it happen. Now he gets to his feet and squares off. He's real close to having an escape, and he's going to earn one here at least. And he does. There it is on the edge. The clock keeps running. We got 30 seconds left, and Kapla with a 9-point lead. He's got to at least preserve that differential, or at least 8-point differential, so they can get the bonus points. Off the mat they go. We'll come back to center with 18 seconds left, and it's going to be vital for Ashton to, at the very least, hold off his opponent. And you can see he kind of takes a little bit of a more defensive stance there. He's backing up a little bit. He wants to preserve that major decision. He's got to have that. So he doesn't want to cough up a takedown here. He's doing a nice job of tying up wrist. It looks like there's a shot from Bayport, though. But Ashton is going to finish things off. It's going to remain scoreless in that situation, but 10-1 the score in this opening bout. Ashton Kapla, sophomore from Pulaski, picks up a bonus point win, so that's going to put 4 points on the board.
Way to start for Pulaski.
Yeah, nice start for them. Absolutely. Like the way that Ashton really took control of that match early, kept the pressure on the whole time, and they're really, with the exception of that escape, there wasn't a time where he came out of position.
Oh yeah, he really just controlled the whole match.
He did. Nice job by Ashton Kapla.
Here's a wrestler I like coming up, Mr. Manning. Ryan Freeward, just like Ashton, very hard worker, just a very aggressive, small dude. I mean, I like his wrestling style.
Well, he's a goer, right? And like we said, those lightweights for Pulaski, they got motors. If you heard from announcer Mike Nickerson, Bayport sends out Tristan Warzynski, and as we mentioned, we've got Ryan Freeward on the mat. And Ryan, at this point in the season, sporting a 7-7 record. Now, Ryan is a sophomore, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Pulaski's future here. They're going to be great for years to come.
Well, you know, Connor, I got to agree with you. I really do like that aspect of Pulaski's lineup. Of course, you want to have that senior leadership. It's nice to have some studs in the stable there. But, God, you look at how young the Red Raiders are.
Yeah.
And you got to think that the future looks pretty bright for them.
Oh, yeah. I think in a couple of years, Pulaski could be state champs.
Well, yeah, that'd be great. Right now, they're worried about
beating Bayport.
beating Bayport and maybe winning a conference title. And let's see if they can take a step in that direction tonight. So both wrestlers still in the neutral position, as you see, hand fighting, trying to just kind of figure each other out a little bit. But Ryan takes a pretty decent, started out as a pretty decent shot, got a little extended, head on the mat, and Warzynski was able to stuff him, get around behind. So he picks up the takedown and has that 2-0 lead with less than a minute in the first period. Warzynski working, looked like for an arm bar there for a second, did a nice job of getting a little breakdown. Freeward working his way back up, trying to build base. Oh, and then Warzynski throws the boots in. You're going to see that from Bayport tonight. They tend to be a leg riding team, and Warzynski was able to get the leg in, and now start cranking on a power half, and he's going to pick up at least, yeah, he's got the 3-point near fall. Referee Kevin Gillett holding 3. Still the same pinning situation, so he's not going to award it until, he's not going to award the points until this situation gets done. There it is. And so, a tale of 2 matches here, Connor. All of a sudden, this is really the same way Ashton Kapla came out last match, but she was on the other foot this time as Bayport takes that 5-0 lead at the end of the first period.
I have no doubt, though, Ryan Freewer can fight back in this match, though.
Bayport assuming the bottom position here as we get ready to start the second period. So this could be interesting if Ryan can get something going here in the top position. But Warzynski able to get to his feet. Nice. Oh, nice. It was a nice mat return by Freeward, but Warzynski was able to do a little insta switch, as we like to call it, and turn the tables. Got a reversal there, so now he leads 7-0. And again, you see, leg is in, trying to work, this time he's trying to work that far leg, kind of a banana split action, potentially dangerous called. We'll get a fresh start with 1:32 in the second period. Warzynski again able to capture Freeward. Kind of stop that first move. Freeward does a nice job of working to his feet. He's working, trying to get hand control here. He's got to keep that separation. He's doing a nice job of staying on his feet, blocking him off, and they're going to go off the mat on the far side now with 1:09 remaining in the second period. So 4-0 the score. We said team score. On the virtue of Ashton Kapla's major decision there at 113 pounds. And with that starting weight class at 113, that means it's going to come all the way back around, and freshman Ethan Eggert is going to finish things off for the Red Raiders tonight.
Yeah. I like Ethan Eggert's style. I mean, another small weight class.
Yep.
I mean, but he's a freshman too on varsity, so.
Yep.
Like we said before, the future's really bright for Pulaski.
Yeah, and of course, you know, right here in the thick of it, those guys aren't thinking so much about the future. They're thinking about, you know, they want the everything they can get this year. But that's, you got to keep that in the back of your mind, that the experience that they're gaining in these freshman and sophomore seasons and at the varsity level, it's bound to pay dividends in their junior and senior years. So yeah, things are looking good in the future for Pulaski. There's Warzynski again, just relentless on that leg in and power half. Now coming back, looking for that far leg. He's got that crossbody ride, looking for the far leg, maybe doing a little banana split action. Oh, maybe digging in, trying to get the guillotine. But that's going to end the second period. 7-0 the score. Here we're going to go neutral in the third. And we need Ryan Freeward to pick up some points here, close this gap. At 7-0, the Raiders would only be giving up a regular decision, which would only be 3 team points. It would be nice if we could get Ryan in there to score some points and kind of, you know, make sure we keep it at a regular decision. Warzynski taking that shot. Freeward doing a nice job of fighting it off. Both wrestlers, again, just trying to find some head position, hand fighting, trying to get some sort of setup action going. Looking for that opportunity to attack low. There's Freeward with a shot, does a nice job of changing off from that 2-on-1 tie down to a leg. And again, there's Warzynski nearly capitalizing on Freeward's attack. Very close to scoring off the mat. Fresh start, still 7-0. Warzynski seems like he likes to take that little cat-like shot off the whistle. Did you see that a couple times, Connor?
Oh yes, I did. Cat-like reflexes.
Again, there's Freeward working on that 2-on-1 Russian tie. He's going to kind of try to push and pull with that. Oh, and now Warzynski changes off. He takes the Russian tie, but all for naught. Here comes Warzynski with a little inside fire, a little dump action. He picks up 2. Ooh, that's tough because now 9-0. He just gave himself a major decision. We really need Ryan Freeward to get head off the mat, build base, back to his feet, and escape. And we need even more than that. We need a reversal or escape and a takedown. Now he just got dinged for stalling. So tack on another point for Warzynski. That's the way it's going to end, folks, with 2 seconds left. 10-0, the score. So after 2 weight classes, it's even Steven. Both teams able to pick up a major decision in these first 2 bouts.
I got a gut feeling that's how it's going to go most of this.
A little back and forth, right? Well, we said that on paper, this dual meet does look so intriguing. I think there are a couple of mismatches here and there where Pulaski's strong. We've got a little, hang on a second, we've got a little move going here, it looks like. Of course, Bayport real strong in the upper weights. You mentioned Max Mewison before.
Actually, a football commit to Navy.
Is that right? I did not know that.
He's D lineman. There's actually an article on him how Navy was his dream school and stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Here I was hoping he'd be a Badger.
Wouldn't that have been great?
And Bayport's produced a few D1 football players as of late.
Oh yeah.
So they've got a good thing going over there. And of course, as a wrestling coach, I'm sure that Brad Shefchek loves it when those big linemen come out for wrestling, and it's mutually beneficial. You find that those guys that go out for wrestling, especially linemen, they learn a little bit about leverage. They learn how to hand fight. They learn how to use their feet, and it absolutely benefits them on the football field. And hey, it doesn't hurt if you got a kid that's going to end up being a state champ for you in wrestling.
Yep, exactly. Also, I mean, I guess it also helps with tackling too. You know, fitting up, getting good form.
Absolutely. All right, so it looks like, we've got a forfeit for senior Alex Stoichkov.
I kind of get it. Alex Stoichkov actually has gotten top 5 in a lot of these tournaments he's played in. So.
Yeah, he's putting together a decent senior campaign. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Bayport, that they've got people listed, they've weighed people in, but decided that maybe they didn't want to square off with that senior. I don't know. Perhaps they've got another plan in mind, and that's what happens sometimes here in these strategic and competitive duels where the coaches, there's a little bit of a chess match where they're trying to find the best matchup they can at this stage of the game. Stoichkov gets the forfeit. Pulaski takes the lead 10-4 as a team. And Brady Geel steps out here for the Red Raiders.
That's another last name you might know. Another long family lineage of Pulaski wrestling.
That's right. Of course, Brady had older brother Cole, who just graduated last year, wrestling at Mankato State. Brady in on a single leg, head in the middle. He's close to scoring here, right on the edge. Yep, he's going to pick up 2 points right on the edge. Nice job. He came out, took control of the tie. He has actually got something going here with a potential turn. He's got that low leg. He's looking to get bottom shoulder. If he can, I think he's going to run out of mat space here in a second, though. So he was actually pretty close to locking something up there, but that's not the case. They go off the mat on the far side and back to center now with 1:03 left in the first period. So Geel off to a 2-0 lead.
Geel came out hot on that one.
He certainly did. It was a nice attack. Okay, nice capture off the whistle by Geel. And again, they're going cross wrist. There's a cross wrist and near leg. He's picking that leg, picking the knee. He's probably going to try to step through and Turk. You see that was a technique that was successful for Ashton Kapla. Picked up plenty of back points tonight. Bayport doing a nice job of fighting that off, though. And now Brady relinquishes the wrist. He's got the leg trapped. He'll have to let that go in a moment. But again, tough ride on top. I like the way he's changing off. He's high and low. He's got, again, with this cross wrist, near knee, trying to step through for that Turk. Very effective turn. There, he's got the leg turked, and now he's close to there. He's getting the count. He's got that bottom shoulder. He's not going to pin him here, but he is going to pick up his, Oh, he's got only 2 this time. Only a 2-point near fall. Just got the 2 count. Apparently, the Bayport wrestler was able to fight back out of danger enough that the official would stop his count. But still, Geel picks up 2-point near fall. And now by
4-0.
choice, 4-0. By choice, we're going neutral. I believe that was Bayport that had choice there, wasn't it? I think
it was. I think it was.
And I would venture to say that the Bayport coaches didn't really want to see their wrestler go on bottom. So they oftentimes, you'll choose bottom to get a quick escape, but they didn't like what they saw from Brady Geel on top, because he's a hammer on top, right?
Yeah, he's an animal out there. Another one of these young guys, too.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Bayport taking a shot. Geel able to fight it off, turns it into his points. Again, Geel pretty relentless on that top position. Now looking for the old crossface series. This is a technique that I swear the Pulaski children are born with. This snow plow, we call this the snow plow. Crossface, traps the far elbow, sucks it in, walks it around. You can see he's picking up a count here.
So
and this is going to tighten up.
So what you're saying, the Pulaski coaches preach this a ton.
I think if you happen to notice all the youth wrestlers out there tonight for youth night, they've probably seen that one in practice a little bit. So, and there's the 3-point near fall. Maybe you remember during your 3rd grade experience.
Oh yeah, one year I decided to retire, look at other past, but 0-2 as a wrestler. I call that an accomplished decree.
Well, Geel has found what we might call a soft spot, because there he has locked up that crossface series again. Snowplow, walks it around, picking up the count. He's holding 3. The official is holding 3. The score right now, 9-0. He's going to add 3 to that here in the next few seconds. This is the end of the 3rd period, is it not? Second period, sorry. It's into the 2nd period. So now stretches that lead to 12 donut.
Wow. We're really seeing a major back and forth between Pulaski and Bayport.
Yeah. Now here we go with this 3rd period. Of course, the 12-0 lead. Geel on top.
He just has to control it.
He at this point, if he can lock up a tight pinning hold, it's either going to end as a tech fall or a fall. He does have a nice cradle locked up right now. Same thing, started with that crossface series. Instead of going snowplow action, he went back to a cradle. He's got this one locked up. He's rocked him back. Oh, only 2. So the match is still going to go 14-0. This one's got to count. If Geel is going to pick up a fall for the Red Raiders, he's got to lock up a tight one right here. 1:15 left in the bout. Again, sitting on a 14-0 lead. At the very least, he's going to want to tack on 1 more point so he can get the tech fall. Of course, he's far more interested in picking up the fall. Not a whole lot of action going on, although it's a tough ride, inside wrist. There's that crossface again. It's coming back to that cradle. Unable to lock it up. Bayport able to cover hands, prevent the cradle from happening. 35 seconds left. Again, there's a bonus point, another bonus point waiting out there for Brady Geel if he can pick it up. 14-0 is going to would pick up 4 team points, but 1 more point. If he can stretch that lead to 15, he's going to get a tech fall, which is an extra team point. Let's see if he can lock something up. 10 seconds, and he's not real close to turning. Now he's working something. 5 seconds left. If he can rock him here. 2, 1. That's the way it's going to end, folks. So close to the tech fall. Just picking up something there at another 10, 15 seconds, and he might have had something locked up and able to pick up another near fall. But he does pick up the win. It's a major decision. Stretches the Pulaski lead to 14-4 as we head to 138 pounds. We're going to see for Bayport, we're going to see a young man who's putting together a pretty nice season.
Jacob Ward, who is rated as a 4.5-star recruit, has a record of 61-8.
Well, those are, that's an overall record. We're pulling some information from track wrestling, folks, and what that tells us is that Jacob Ward has been wrestling for a while. He's got plenty of experience under his belt, and it might say freshman behind his name, but he's far more experienced than a freshman, a normal freshman, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Ward, putting together a pretty nice season. He squared off with JoJo O'Leary.
This is another wrestler I like. He's JoJo's a fighter.
He is. Off the mat there on the far side. No points yet. This is an intriguing matchup to me. JoJo, just a phenomenal athlete, just so athletic, so explosive.
Very fast, too.
Yes, and you can see, Ward close to scoring there. And again, you cannot discount Ward's experience, despite being just a freshman. Lots of matches under his belt. He's been in a lot of situations. He's not going to shy away from things tonight. Ooh, a nice little low single by JoJo. You can just tell by the way both these wrestlers move. They very athletic, experienced wrestlers.
Phenomenal athletes.
What's that?
Phenomenal athletes.
Yeah, phenomenal athletes. Setting a pretty good pace. Joseph trying to work a little bit of front headlock there, off the mat, back to center with 45 seconds left here in the first period. No score in this bout. You see JoJo preferring kind of that touch and go style where he likes to wrestle out in space, and that's a beautiful shot. He's in on a single leg. He is close. Ward able to fight it off so far. Ward is going to turn the tables on that one. Fights it off, and he picks up the 2.
This is a really explosive match.
Yep. And thank goodness we ran out of real estate there for JoJo O'Leary because we were close to heading toward our backs. But no harm, no foul. We're back to center, a fresh start with 15 seconds. Ward with the lead, 2-0. JoJo again, you see that explosiveness up to his feet right away, trying to hit a switch. Ward doing a nice job of covering it, bringing him back to the mat. 5 seconds remaining. It's the way this first period is going to end. And so far, no disappointment. Interesting call there right at the end. O'Leary getting hit with a stall warning. The official wants him to be more active. Here we go. We're going to start the second period in neutral position. So more fireworks, I'm sure, since we had a fair amount of action there on our feet in that first period. JoJo doing a nice job of covering right now, covering head, making sure that he's not giving Ward a peek out, an easy attack at the legs. A little shuck action by O'Leary. Now back to their feet. Again, we mentioned that JoJo likes wrestling out there in space. He doesn't like to be tied up. Control ties, like 2-on-1.
Likes to get out of it.
Right, he likes to stay out here. He likes to attack from space. He likes a little distance, use his speed. And there he is again. You can see he is quick. And man, he's close to scoring. Let's see if he can convert on this one. He's close. He's got a cradle locked up. He's got it. Was close, but golly, that's amazing. Really amazing job by Ward. And JoJo is coughing up back points right there on the edge. As long as Ward's toes are in, he is dangerously close. There's the fall. Connor, I got to tell you, that was that was a phenomenal exchange there. JoJo took a great shot, had great position on a single leg. Ward able to somehow come out of that, and in fact, fought off a cradle. JoJo was so close to scoring on that cradle. Ward able to fight it off, turning it into his points, and then quick as a flash, ended up with JoJo on his back, on the edge of the mat, seized the opportunity, picked up 6 points for his team. That brings the team score 14-10, still in favor of Pulaski, but that was a big match right there.
Oh yeah, oh that was huge. I mean, just great. I'm speechless. I have no words, Mr. Manning. That was an incredible play by Jacob Ward.
Well, you can see he's ranked fourth in the state right now. That's a pretty rare deal to be at a weight class like 138. Those middle weights or upper weights, you usually don't see freshmen that highly touted or ranked. It says a lot. Now I see why Jacob Ward has a number 4 ranking in the state. That's a tough kid.
Mitchell Kitsman wrestling right now. Another one of these senior leaders, Mr. Manning.
That's right. Mitchell putting together a pretty nice senior campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting there at 15-3. Nice attack by Mitchell right there. That's a low single leg. He's trying to convert on this. Going to shelf that leg. Oh, Bayport slapped a shin whizzer in there. That's able to fight him off. Oh, but Mitchell does a nice job. There, he's got the 2 points. He had his toes in. It's a little bit like, an NFL catch. Keep those toes in, right?
Yep.
And was able to pick up a 2-point takedown. It was really nice technique by Mitchell Kitsman. But you're right, as we were saying, Mitchell putting together a pretty nice senior season, 15-3 on the year. Picked up his first tournament championship this year at Marquette. So it's great to see good things come to those who wait, right?
Oh, yeah.
All the matches he's wrestled, all the tournaments he's been in, wearing a Pulaski singlet, and to finally pick up a gold medal up at Marquette, and that's a tough tournament.
Oh, yeah. Also, not only that, he also took 3rd in the Pulaski Invitational.
Last year, he was 3rd in the Pulaski Invite. Of course, that's a marquee event coming up. What are we, 2 weeks away from, or a little more than a week away from the Pulaski Invite. And so, I'm sure Mitch will want to improve on that 3rd place finish from a year ago. Mitch again taking a nice shot. He's in there. He's a little bit extended. He's trying to regain. Now he's decided to let go of that single and fight from this position. Off the mat they go.
Well, we have a little break right here. We have some shout-outs on our comment section.
No way.
Riley Miller says, go Pulaski. David Shaw, coach of the Pulaski varsity boys basketball team, says, yup, JoJo, keep it up. Brock Gracioni, watching from the University of North Dakota, go Raiders.
All right.
And Cole Geel, watching from Jamestown, North Dakota, on a wrestling trip.
Sure he is.
Go
Absolutely.
Raiders. If you want your name shouted out, just put who you're cheering for in the comments section, maybe a little message too, and we'll get to you.
That's great. Great to hear from some of those alumni. Lucas Gracioli was here tonight. I got a chance to talk with. Was that Brock or Lucas that chimed in there?
Gracioli.
That was Brock, all right? So got a chance to talk with Lucas earlier tonight, and Brock shouting it out from North Dakota. Fantastic. Cole Geel, as we said, alumni of the program. He's state finalist for the Raiders last year, and I'm sure he was tuning in to watch little bro.
His little bro had a very impressive match.
Did a great job. Right now it's Mitchell Kitsman on the mat. Bayport ties this bout right now 2-2 on the power of that escape. Kitsman again, pretty relentless with his attacks. Started with a double leg, change off to a single now.
Relentless is a very good word to describe Mitchell Kitsman's style. He never gives up on a match.
He's a goer.
Always going hard.
Yep. This is interesting because he decides to let it go. Whoa! We're close to Bayport picking. They do pick up the 2-point takedown. Now Bayport with a 4-2 lead, and they've got a move that you've seen Pulaski do tonight. They've got the leg turked, looking for that bottom shoulder. 35 seconds left here in this second period. Mitchell Kitsman close. Now there's a count. No back points. There's a count. 1, 2. He's got 2 swipes. There's a third. Now he's picking up a count. He's close. Mitchell fighting it off. Less than 15 seconds. He's got to hold on. Really turned the tables on Mitchell here in this second period. So there's the near fall. That pushes the score 7-2 in favor of Bayport.
Pretty crazy turnaround right there.
Now, after that first period, really felt like Mitchell had pretty good control of the match. Things were going his way. He was setting the pace. Life was good. And that second period was, whoa, a heck of a flurry for Bayport. So, like we said, 7-2. Here we are in the third period. 7-2 in favor of Bayport. Mitchell chose the bottom position. You can see why. He's going to get his escape. 7-3. All right, he's got to close this gap now. A minute and a half remaining in the bout. Mitchell Kitsman is going to have to keep that motor running. He's going to have to get after it to make up this deficit. Mitchell's been able to get to the legs the last, throughout the match, able to get some decent attacks. Not that it's easy to score from there, but he's been able to get to the legs. See if he can get something going. Bayport kind of feeding off that second period. They're setting a pretty good pace right here themselves. Off the mat they go. 56 seconds remaining in the match. Nice attack by Kitsman. Now he's split the legs. He's got the bottom leg hooked. He's going to have to try to, here's going to come out back door. He's going to pick up 2 here. 7-5, he's going to have to cut him. No, he's going to stay on top and try to, with 30 seconds left, he's going to stay on top and try to find some back points here. And really at this point, as hard as those takedowns are coming, this is probably a better opportunity for him is stay on top, try to find a turn. Less than 10 seconds remaining. It doesn't look like things are going to change. They're off the mat. 3 seconds left. 7-5 the score. Connor, it looks like this is the way this one's going to end.
Yeah, but that's nothing against Kitsman. Kitsman, hard-fought match.
That's another big one for Bayport. Austin Heim is one heck of a tough wrestler. There's nothing really for Mitchell. There's nothing for Mitchell to hang his head on there. I'm telling you, Austin Heim is a heck of a competitor. He's been a leader on that team for I would say he's probably been a varsity wrestler for all 4 years. Tough kid. I think the disappointing thing for Mitchell is he might be feeling like, dang, there's a kid I had a shot at beating.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. But again, Austin Heim, just a very good wrestler. Actually, a 3-star wrestler.
And right now at 152, wrestling from Bayport, Chandler, Storter, for Pulaski,
Tristan Taylor, a freshman, putting a pretty good campaign together.
he is. This is going to be a test for him tonight. Chandler Storter, senior from Bayport. He's a returning state qualifier, but Tristan, he's not backing down. You see him in on that attack right away. He was pretty close to scoring. So, like I said, interesting matchup. Tristan has a unique style. He's a little unorthodox, and he'll throw some stuff at you that you're not ready for.
Yeah, no.
Even an experienced wrestler like Chandler Storter might get caught in some of Tristan Taylor's, but it's Tristan Taylor who's caught in something right now that's not good. Storter's going to pick up the takedown. He's also getting a count with this near side cradle. Tristan is actually doing a pretty nice job of fighting it off, but there you can see he's coughing up the back points. Storter getting the count. It looks like, no, only 2. So far, only the officials only holding 2. Now going back, trying to Storter trying to get that 5 count so he can pick up a full 3 back points, and now the official is holding 3, so that's what he's going to earn when this pinning situation ends. And we hope that the pinning situation doesn't end with a pin. So Tristan in a pretty rough spot right now, but he seems strangely calm.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing. He knows that he's not in extreme danger, but I don't like the way this one looks now. Tristan able to bridge off. He's actually broke the lock. He's going to fight off of that. That's amazing. There's the 3-point near fall, and if you think about it, Connor, the bulk of that period, Tristan spent on his back, but luckily only coughed up 3 near fall points. Wow.
That you know, it might be 5-zip right now, but Tristan, that was interesting, because Chandler Storter, very good wrestler. Tristan, this is his first year on varsity, so it's a very interesting matchup.
Well, I do. I think that Tristan is deceptively tough, and he has put together a nice season so far. We mentioned Mitchell Kitsman winning the Marquette tournament. Tristan did as well, and did it in dominating fashion. So we know he's got the stuff. But like we said, 5-0 the score here is at the early stages of the second period. Taylor looks like he's close to getting his escape. And there he does pick up the 1-point escape. And remember, early in that first period, Taylor was close to scoring on Storter. You mentioned that there it is again. There, Tristan is back in on that kind of high crotch fireman's action, but they go off the mat. No score. They'll go back to center in the neutral position. I mentioned that Storter was a returning state qualifier. Put together a nice season last year and made it to the Cole Center. This year, sitting at an honorable mention spot in the rankings that WI Wrestling puts out online. Storter there again, he has that cradle locked up. And there's his 2, and more back points on the way. So far, I think the official is only holding 2. Maybe it's 3. It is 3. He's holding 3. So 30 seconds left in the second period. Storter is going to extend his lead. Looks like once those back points are awarded, it's going to be 10-1. Tristan doing a nice job of just fighting it off. There again, he broke the lock. All right, just taking himself out of danger. There's your 3. Again, there's the 10-1 decision at this point.
So now Tristan has to close the gap now for this third period.
Taylor's going to start this period on top. Right now, Storter has a major decision that he's working on. A little caution. Starting position for Tristan. The official's going to correct him and get him in the right spot. And there's our start. Tristan looking for a little cradle action. But Storter doing a nice job of doing a little leg elevator, coming around and getting his reversal. He leads now 12-1. Taylor looking for some switch action, able to execute it, get some hip separation, picks up the 1-point escape. We're neutral. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous spot. And Tristan is strangely comfortable here, but that one doesn't work out so well. Storter ends up with the headlock. Now for a moment, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. For a moment, there's the fall. I saw the official indicate that there was an illegal hold at some point, but then he apparently called it off. Storter picks up the fall at the 4:44 mark of the bout. I'm a little surprised by that result, especially after Tristan fought off his back so well in the first 2 periods.
Yeah, Tristan was making all the right moves, and yeah, just Storter did what Storter does.
But I got to appreciate what Tristan was doing there in that third period, where he started to go a little upper body. Why not? You're down by. He was down by 11 at the time, 10 or 11 at the time. Tried locking something up. Why not?
Berna, Pulaski, Gibbons.
So, with that 6-point fall going Bayport's way, the team score now 19-14 in favor of Bayport. And as you might have heard, we've got Berna from Bayport on the mat against Trenton Gibbons. Again, another one of those freshmen for Pulaski.
Pulaski, very young team, like we have been saying multiple times before.
Well, I just have to admit that I'm struggling here. I see that last name, and in a Bayport singlet, that's usually a Pulaski name.
That is usually a Pulaski name.
But
it's weird.
We're just going to have to live with that right now.
Yep. Got to get through.
Yep. A long line of really tough wrestlers in that family, the Berna family, here in Pulaski, and now, of course, in Bayport as well. Jason Berna over there is a long-time assistant coach for the Pirates. He was recognized earlier tonight as part of the Pulaski alumni as they celebrated Alumni Night here in Fred Kessley Fieldhouse. Kind of a fun night. It was a little past, present, and future. The pre-match festivities.
It was cool to see all the former wrestlers lined up, and then the new wrestlers coming up.
That's right. So it's kind of a unique thing to do all of that on one night. It's really great on a night like this, a rivalry night, to bring as many people into the stands as possible. Gibbons now picking up a takedown here in the closing seconds. We're at 15 seconds left in the first period. And now there's going to be a freebie here for Berna as Gibbons locked his hands. And they're going to call off the mat, but yep, Gibbons able to pick up the 2-point takedown. Yep, we've got that. In the process, Berna trying to get his escape. Gibbons ended up locking his hands momentarily. The referee indicating that, and Berna knew he had a point waiting for him. And that's the way the first period is going to end. But Berna picks up the penalty point for the locked hands, 2-1 as we head into the second period. 2-1 the score. Gibbons in the lead.
As we were talking about family lineage, Mr. Manning, I have a little bit of a wrestling family too.
Oh, do tell, Connor.
So my uncle Dale actually wrestled at O'Connell Falls. And then I have cousins, Matt and Marshall Pennings.
Matt and Marshall Pennings.
Yep.
Those are a couple of absolute studs, just so you know.
I know. I used to watch their wrestling matches, used to go to them at Preble. Oh, it was incredible to watch.
Yeah, truly, a couple of really good wrestlers there for Preble. Matt ended up being a state champ. What was that? 2010, I believe. And heck of a nice kid too, from what I remember.
Graduated West Point too. He's serving in the Army right now.
That's amazing. Wow. We want to thank him for his service. Berna picked up an escape here in the early going of the second period. 2-2 the score. Here we are trying to figure things out at 160 pounds. Mentioned Trenton Gibbons, a freshman. He's sporting an 8-2 record at this point in the season. Berna drops in on a fireman's carry, switches off to a headlock. We're in the same danger position that we're in back in JoJo O'Leary's match, where our shoulders are actually off the mat, but as long as some supporting points are in and Berna's feet are in, Trenton Gibbons is in trouble here. But now he's fighting off. He's going to get out of this off the mat, but not before Berna picks up 3 points for near fall, stretches his lead now 7-2. And just like that, we had a barn burner match, 2-2, and in the blink of an eye, 5-point move, and whoa.
That's kind of what Bayport does, though. They have you going for a little bit, and then they just change the tide on you.
We've certainly seen that tonight, whether it's a situation like that, or there have been some times where Pulaski wrestlers have been in on a shot, and it looks like everything's going right for them, and Bayport able to turn the tables and score.
And doesn't that affect the mind of a wrestler? I mean, like, you're winning, and then just like that. But that's what Pulaski has to do. They have to have good mental strength, not let that get in their head.
Well, I think you're right, Connor. So, it's a little bit like football when all of a sudden there's a big play, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to recover from that. Or if there's a turnover or something along those lines, you got to keep your head in it so you don't cough up more. And that's tough. That is a tough part of any sport. Wrestling's no different. Here we go in the third period, minute 30 left. Gibbons picked up an escape, 7-3. Now Gibbons picking up a takedown, 7-5. He's going to push Berna away. He's going to play the takedown release game to try to get back into this match. 8-5 the score now from that escape. 8-5 in favor of Berna. Just over a minute left in this bout. This is still anyone's bout. Gibbons needs to connect again on an attack like he did just moments ago. Berna is going to kind of play a little defense here, right? He knows if he can just kind of hold off those attacks, right, he could walk away with a decision. Berna in on a bear hug now. Close to scoring. Trenton Gibbons also close. He's close to a headlock. Gibbons trying to refund that headlock, but it's Berna who's able to fight it off. He picks up the takedown. 10-5 now in favor of Bayport. 15 seconds remaining in this match. Bayport really in the driver's seat in this match and in this duel. That's the way it's going to end here at 160 pounds. Colton Berna picking up a 10-5 regular decision. Tack on 3 more points for Bayport. They now extend their lead 22-14 in the team score.
Pulaski needs to start getting some wins, but coming up right now is Jaden Lemke.
Senior Jaden Lemke. Well, we see what's happening here. It looks like Bayport has to report first to the table. And trying to figure out who they're sending. I believe this is going to be Matt Garbowsky for Bayport.
While we're waiting, Mr. Manning,
We got another comment.
Oh, let's hear it.
Kyle Rawbuck, go Red Raiders, watching from...
Oh, absolutely. You know that Kyle Raybuck is going to be, he's a big fan, big wrestling fan. We love that guy. Hope all is well with Kyle.
Thank you.
Missing you, big guy.
Thank you for tuning in. So if you want your name shouted out in the comments, just
Put
where you're watching from and put a little message with it.
Right here at 170 pounds. We have Matt Garbowsky for Bayport, and of course, as mentioned, Jaden Lemke.
Jaden Lemke, both a good wrestler and a great football player.
He did put together a nice season, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Part of that strong Red Raider team. That was a fantastic season, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Only loss coming to Bayport, who was the runner-up in the state championship.
Yeah, hats off to Bayport on their season. Now, Lemke in on that Fireman's. Picks up the takedown. Jaden Lemke ranked right now, again, WIWrestling.com, WI Wrestling Online, ranked at 160 pounds. He's currently ranked 7th.
Yeah, Jaden Lemke, big senior leader of this wrestling team.
Garbowsky, on the other hand, honorable mention at 170. So
We're gonna have a pretty good bout right here.
I think so. If we take a look, Lemke a little light tonight. Checking the weigh-in sheet. Knew he was going to wrestle this weight class tonight, but still in the hunt. I suppose if he wants to sneak down to 160 at some point in the season, he still could. 2-1 the score. Lemke in the lead. Jaden, of course, state qualifier as a sophomore for the Red Raiders. There he is again on that Fireman's. And he might have picked up 2 near fall. No, it gets waved off. As mentioned, as a sophomore, Jaden qualified for the state tournament. 1 match shy last year, ended up 3rd at the sectional, but still put together a pretty nice season. And I'm sure he wants nothing less than to get back to Madison this year and get on that medal stand. And he's the kind of kid that certainly has the ability to do so.
4-2.
Garbowsky picking up another escape. That's the way this first period is going to end. 4-2. Lemke in the lead on the strength of those 2 takedowns.
Lemke doing very well in this match so far.
Bayport with choice there. They choose the down position, and it makes sense that they would choose down. There's a high likelihood that Lemke would relinquish another escape, but just as I say that, of course, there he is cranking on that leg jerk, and he is close. And there he is. He's picking up a count. That's a beautiful job by Lemke. He's got the bottom leg turked. He's got bottom shoulder. He's in good position doing that 1-arm push-up. Referee Kevin Gillett holding 3. Jaden's going to be content to just stay here in this position until he can make a small adjustment. Maybe force, there he goes, trying to get chest back over the top. If he can do that, if he can pull Garbowsky underneath, he's actually getting a little closer. Hard to see from this angle, but as you can see, he's trying to inch his way back over the top, get more of his weight over the chest and shoulders, force those shoulders down. Less than a minute here in the second period. This would be huge if Jaden Lemke could pick up a fall for the Red Raiders. As you can see, he's just kind of content where he's at. He's willing to let Bayport kind of spill his lungs right here. Doesn't take a lot of effort for Jaden to stay in this position. He's got the leg turked. Now he's cranking out a little bit, trying to elevate that leg. As he elevates his opponent's leg, that's going to force the shoulders closer to the mat. There he is, trying to work back over the top again. It's nice and easy if he can float over the top, force those shoulders down. But now with, we're closing in on 10 seconds left in this period. Oh, he's going to fight off. And he does. Bayport fights off. Does a nice job of getting off his back there. But Lemke is going to pick up 3 points, bringing the score to 7-2 in favor of senior Jaden Lemke from Bayport. Lemke going to pick the down position. Bayport doesn't want to play around there at all. They're going to give up the 1-point escape, and we're going to start from that position. So be it. We're neutral. 8-2 the score now. Lemke doing a nice job of fighting off, because you know that Bayport's going to come fast and furious here, Connor.
They're a very fast team too. I mean, that's their style.
Lemke doing a nice job of switching off from that front headlock position. A little go behind action. Picks up his 2 points. 10-2 with 1:27 left in the bout. So at 10-2, there's our 8-point differential. Jaden Lemke is sitting on a major decision right now. He wants to extend that lead. Of course, Garbowsky, if he can do anything to narrow the gap, he'd be doing his team a favor, of course. So bonus points out there for Jaden Lemke right now. You saw in the last period, he was tough on top. Here he is with that cross wrist, near leg. This is the position he scored from before. He's close to turking that bottom leg. Now he changes off. It's a little where Garbowsky goes back to building base, but Lemke able to flatten him out again. 50 seconds remaining. Lemke going tight waist arm chop. He's got him broken down. Going inside wrist now. Looks like he's working cross wrist. No, he's got an arm bar. And Jaden's tough here. He's got arm bar and far wrist. Nope, now the arm bar goes away. Lemke stays on top. They go off the mat on the Bayport side. 28.9 left in this period. Lemke has got to stay on top. If he coughs up an escape and that's the way it ends, then it's only going to be a 3-point decision for the Raiders. So Jaden Lemke working to preserve the major decision here at 170 pounds. Looking for a little mat return there. He stays in control, doing a nice job keeping hips close, rolling through, staying on top. It might seem a little precarious, but there's the escape with 12 seconds left. That negates the major decision unless Jaden can pick up another takedown here with 5 seconds left. He's close, but that is the way it's going to end. And this is the part of dual meet wrestling, Connor, that a lot of people don't appreciate. Garbowsky, though he was beaten 10-3, did an amazing job right at the end there to get that escape and only give up a 3-point regular decision. Had Jaden Lemke been able to hang on to his 8-point difference, that major decision, there's another team point for Pulaski. And so troubles me when I hear people call it an individual sport. Because there's a ton of team that goes into this.
Definitely a team sport. I mean, and this Pulaski team works well together. They're a very good, close-knit group. Encourage each other.
On the mat right now at 182 for Bayport, Trevor Nuys from Pulaski, Mason.
Well, as we head to 182, the score now 22-17, still in favor of the Pirates. You might have heard announcer Mike Nickerson let us know that Trevor Nuys is out there on the mat for Bayport. Mason Wells for the Red Raiders. Connor, you want to take a wild guess what year, what grade in school Mason Wells is?
I think he's a freshman.
You are correct. Another freshman.
Another freshman. This team is very freshman, sophomore oriented.
Oh, and there's a huge headlock for Nuys. He does not connect on it. Mason Wells doing a fantastic job of fighting that headlock off. That was amazing. He looked like Nuys had him dead to rights. We're going to have a little blood time here. That was a crazy exchange. It really looked like Nuys had it locked up. But Mason, no stranger to the sport. He's been wrestling since he was a little tyke. Kind of knew what he was doing there, was able to roll out of it, come through and pick up the takedown himself.
Yeah.
That did not look good for a moment there
No,
for the Red Raiders.
I was getting a little nervous there. I was like, oh no. And then he just like slips out and I was like, what?
So we've got the blood cleaned up and stopped, and we're back ready for action here at 182 pounds. Mason Wells on top. Yeah, you mentioned this idea with the freshmen, especially interesting to me at these upper weights. You usually don't see freshmen, cracking the lineup and being competitive on the varsity level in these upper weight classes. I mean, this is where you start running into some men. But I'm really impressed with these young Pulaski wrestlers. Nuys ends up getting an escape. 2-1 the score. 45 seconds left in this first period. We got a little break in action. I think we're going to have blood time again. Yep. So we had a little nosebleed going, and nose plug fell out. So
yeah, I think that was that's what happens when you get out of that headlock so fast and aggressively, though. Actually, we have a comment.
Oh, let's hear it.
Pulaski superfan Cole Conrad says, "Go Red Sea."
Thank you, Cole.
Again,
If you want your name mentioned
put who you're watching for,
and where you're watching,
and we'll shout you out.
Now, Connor, I'm interested. Superfan.
Superfan.
How does one get designated as superfan?
Well, Cole Conrad watches every single sport, follows every single Pulaski Twitter page. It's insane. And he knows a lot about most of these players and most of these games. We actually had him in the booth for one of our basketball games. And speaking of basketball games, we have a game tomorrow for girls basketball against Ashwaubenon. Tune in. Me and Jack Hayward will be broadcasting that one.
That's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely, you're going to want to check that one out. Yeah, I was kind of impressed before. You mentioned that one of the shout-outs came from Coach Shaw.
Oh, yeah. Boys varsity basketball coach. Very great coach. Got us a state title in 2013. Yeah.
Love it that he's tuned in and supporting the Red Raiders on the mat as well. That's great. Sorry, Connor, I got a little distracted there for a moment. I had my attention turned elsewhere, but apparently there was a little crowd pleaser there all of a sudden. I think everyone was on their feet for a moment. But here we go in the second period. No change in the score. 2-1. Mason's going to be on top. Not a whole lot of action going on here right now, but Mason looking for that crossface series. Now he's let it go. There he is. You can see he's working on that crossface, looking for that cradle. And you know, it's a great technique. Off the mat they go with 1:08 left in the second period. Great technique for a kid like Mason, long and strong. I'm sure he's cradle crazy.
And all these Pulaski players come from a pretty good wrestling coach, Coach Depri.
Well, interesting note here. We've got the locked hand signal. Mason's going to cough up a point for locked hands here. We saw that in the previous match with Trenton Gibbons as well. But yeah, you're right. Coach Depri, longtime assistant, took over 5 years ago. Has been doing a great job with the Pulaski program. Interesting little note. Coach Depri, Luxembourg Casco native, multiple time state medalist for the Spartans over there. The head coach at Bayport, Brad Shefchek, also a Luxembourg Casco native.
Dang.
In fact, both those gentlemen wrestled in college at Parkside.
Ooh.
I believe that Coach Shefchek was the captain of the team when Coach Depri was an underclassman. So a lot of history between those two, a lot of great wrestling background and experience coming from the Luxembourg Casco program and Parkside having a great collegiate program. So I'm certain there's mutual respect between those two.
Oh, yeah.
Nuys able to pick up another escape. Puts him in the lead 3-2 as we head into the third period. Wells is going to take the bottom position. We're going to go with an optional start. Oh, I'm sorry, international start. And Nuys turns that international start into a cradle. He's got it locked up, and he has rocked Mason over, and he's picking up a count. Mason able to break the lock, come around behind. He's going to pick up a reversal, but not before giving up near fall points. With the reversal, the score now stands at 6-4 in favor of Nuys of Bayport. 1:25 left in the match. There's a stall warning. There's the second stall warning on Nuys. That's going to be a point. That brings it to 6-5. So Wells closing in. He's got his crossface series, looking for that snowplow. Now looking for the cradle. He's close on the cradle. Does not have it locked up. Now looking to throw a leg in. Now just kind of starting over in a sense. There's blood time again, and maybe that's a little timely for the Red Raider, because he's going to go to the corner, and while getting attended to for blood, his coaches are going to be in his ear and telling him what he needs to do with the next 52 seconds of his life to win this match. It will be interesting to see if his coaches want him to cut the Bayport wrestler loose and wrestle on his feet, or if they want to keep him on the mat and work for a turn. At this point, looks like they're electing to stay on top, work for a turn. He's been close, right? Now he dumps him back down. No change in action, but he does have that bottom leg turked. He's close. He's got the leg turked. He's got the bottom shoulder. He's got him turned now. He's close to picking up a count. There's a count. He's going to get at least two. He's going to 2 points. He's going to put him in the lead. You can see Coach Nathan Pulaski trying to get his attention to say, hey, just hang in there. Stay in that position. Keep that bottom leg turked. You're okay. You're in the lead, even though the scoreboard doesn't show it. Referee holding 3 right now. He's just got to stay in good position. Finish this match. He's got 10 seconds left to stay in control. There's another turn, but things are kind of loosening up there. This is the way it's going to end. He's going to pick up the 3-point near fall and come from behind and win this match 8-6.
Mason Wells.
The winner by
Wow, that was some impressive wrestling by a freshman right there.
That's tough to come from behind and to do it in that fashion. Like we said, 52 seconds after that blood timeout, and he had to make a decision. Am I going to try to win this thing on my feet, or am I going to win it right here on the mat right now? And they made the right choice, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic.
All right, we got the winning 50-50 raffle ticket number.
22-20 now the team score on the virtue of that 3-point, that regular decision picked up by Mason Wells. So 22-20, Bayport in the lead. Unfortunately, we're coming into kind of the meat of Bayport's lineup. They're going to be sending out a pretty tough wrestler here at 195 pounds. This is Drake Anderson for Bayport, and
A bit of a size mismatch too in terms of height.
Drake Anderson, I believe, a junior at this point in his career. Currently ranked number 2 in the state at 195 pounds.
But Max Burdett, very good wrestler.
Max, yeah, physical creature there. Yeah, another one that had a pretty nice football season. There's Max in on a single leg.
Also a freak athlete too.
He's hanging on for dear life. It's such a tough position when you're wrestling someone who has that kind of length and leverage. Man, that's tough to finish that single leg. But Max doing a nice job of hanging in there. He's trying to come out back door, but Drake Anderson able to fight it off and turned it into a cradle momentarily. Just like we were mentioning with Mason Wells a match ago, having that length and the cradle is a fantastic pinning combination to use when you're long and strong like that. You can see Drake Anderson, he's taking advantage of that too. He's got that cradle locked up. He's going to try to rock Max back, and there he does. There's the count. Max doing a nice job of fighting off, able to rock it off and break that lock, but not before Anderson picks up. I thought he picked up 2 there. Is the official holding 2?
I believe he is.
Maybe not. Maybe he was unable to. Maybe Max was doing a nice job of just keep staying off his back enough. There's 1, there's 2. Okay, now he's getting that count. That's very close, though. That's a tough position. You see, saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell, indeed.
There's the 3-point near fall. And you know we're going to see, more of that on the way for Max. This is a smart move for Max to let's keep it on our feet. We don't want to go back down underneath. 5-0 the score. You see the official indicating blood time. We're going to get that cleaned up. But yeah, as we mentioned, Drake Anderson putting together a heck of a season.
He is. He really is. Also, 4-star wrestler, as it says on Wrestling Tracker.
Yeah. We take a look back last year. Drake ended up 3rd at the sectional, so he was a match away from state last year.
Yeah.
As we look at how he's done this year, he's got at least 1 tournament victory. He was 3rd in the Battle on the Bay, tough tournament that that Bayport hosts in December. I think there's something like 27 teams that come to it. And
it's a big tournament.
Yep, it's a big competitive one. You see that blood stopper came out again. We're going to have another stoppage in a moment, but not before Drake Anderson attacks that fireman's carry action, and he's got the takedown in. He's picking up a count as well. He's going to hold on to that wrist. As he lets it go, of course, Max is able to roll off. I think he saw that he had the 3-point near fall locked up, so he relinquished the wrist. There's the 3 points. And now he's out to a 10-0 lead here at 195 pounds. A little under a minute remaining in the second period. Drake Anderson in the driver's seat. There he is again, looking for that cradle. He said, not a surprise that he's coming back to that position and that technique. He's got it locked up and rocked up now, and he's getting a count. He's very close to a fall here, folks. There it is. Drake Anderson, as we said, now we might know why he's second ranked in the state. Picks up a fall at the 3:30 mark, roughly.
So Pulaski needs to start winning here. I mean, that's the basic of it.
I don't want to call you Captain Obvious, but
Yeah,
I might have to.
Might have to here.
No, you're right, Connor. Things have got to start going Pulaski's way with a 28-20 lead that Bayport has built, and we mentioned there's a thoroughbred waiting in the stable over there.
Yep.
For Bayport, and that is Max Mewison at heavyweight. You know that the odds are in his favor.
Oh yeah.
But here we are at 220 pounds.
I like these big wrestling matchups.
I believe we have Max Hostetler on the mat for Bayport.
And then Aaron Hoffatas.
And this is Aaron. Now, the way the lineup is figured right now, it looks like Pulaski would just go ahead and forfeit to Max Mewison. So the 28 points that are on the board right now, you could probably, in your mind at least, tack on another 6. So what we're saying, folks, is that the outcome of the duel is settled, and Bayport has done what they need to do tonight to keep their conference title hopes alive. Again, the best they can do at this point is a share of the conference title. Off the mat they go. Hostetler was in on a double leg, but no score as they went off the mat.
That's nothing against Pulaski, though, because Pulaski's fought hard tonight.
They've put forth a pretty good effort. I think that, you look at their schedule coming up.
It's
Yeah, life's going to be a little tough. I mean, we have Bayport tonight. In a sense, a little bit of the unfortunate part of Pulaski's schedule is that the 3 toughest teams in the conference, they have to face them in the 3 final weeks of the dual meet schedule. Their Hoffatas is able to pick up a reversal with Pulaski facing Bayport tonight. They have Ashwaubenon next week, and Ashwaubenon has some fantastic wrestlers. Cody Miner, Connor Ramage. They've got a nice lineup. So Pulaski will face them next week in what will surely be a good duel. And then Pulaski finishes their dual meet season against De Pere.
who De Pere is doing amazing this season. They're currently ranked 5th in the state.
De Pere has put a loss on Bayport's record, so Bayport would be hoping for Pulaski to somehow knock off De Pere. But yeah, De Pere kind of in the driver's seat of the conference title right now. But again, they've got a good thing going. They've been building. They've been coming. They've got a nice squad this year, as you could see, as Connor just mentioned. De Pere ranked 5th in the state in the team standings, Division I team standings. Bayport ranked 6th. Off the mat they go. 2-2 the score here in the second period at 220 pounds. Aaron Hoffatas, the Red Raider, Max Hostetler, the Pirate.
Aaron Hoffatas, another one of these sophomores on varsity. Another one of these young guys has a record currently of 7-2. Putting together a pretty good campaign.
So far, so good, as they say, right?
Yep.
Well, these two seem evenly matched. Like I said, 2-2 the score here, halfway through the match. And just trying to spar a little bit here on their feet, trying to figure things out. Little hand fight, little shuck and jive here. Hoffatas looking for a 2-on-1, changing off to a little head pull, a little snap down action. I'd like to see these guys moving a little more side to side. We've kind of, looks like they've parked themselves on the railroad tracks, moving forward and back. Need a little more side to side, working some angles. There, Aaron Hoffatas, just as we say, working an angle. He gets that 2-on-1 off to the side. You can see he's trying to work half of his opponent's body instead of just square on all the time. That's not going to be the case. Now they're back to hand fighting. I like that little head pull, trying to get a little reaction. Under 10 seconds here in the second period. Looks like that's the way this one's going to end. And we'll see what happens in the third period.
Yeah, as you're saying, this is a very evenly matched match right here.
Yeah. So, Hoffatas from Pulaski going to be in the down position. 2-2 your score. 28-20 the team score in favor of Bayport. They've locked it up essentially for the night. Hoffatas doing a nice job underneath. Little change. Whoa. Little change. Hang on. We got a little blood time there. That was an interesting exchange where the Bayport wrestler kind of stopped. I was surprised that Aaron didn't seize the moment and escape, but
I think Aaron was a little confused why the Bayport person stopped.
not as confused as the Pulaski coaches by that, but they're going to get him cleaned up. Bayport dealing with a little blood coming from, looks like nose or mouth. So yeah, Connor, the winds of change a little bit in the Fox River Classic Conference regarding wrestling, because these two teams that are here tonight have accounted for nearly 50 conference championships over the years.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I think it's about 47 in total, actually, for the amount of conference championships they've won together. But Bayport has 21, Pulaski with 26, but now De Pere is emerging. So it's different. It's a new feel.
Of course, you know, I got to admit, I'm a Pulaski fan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to get that out there.
We're a little biased.
So, of course, I like it when the Red Raiders are leading the conference.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, as a wrestling fan, it's nice to see some parity. It's nice to see some programs step up. Like I said, De Pere, they've been working on this for a while. They've been knocking at the door. This is their year. They were close 2 years ago. We had a crazy barn burner of a duel over in De Pere, and we mentioned the shout-outs before. One of the Geel boys, Jake Geel, was able to seal the deal. That's Geel.
Good wordplay right there.
Thank you. In that dual meet a couple of years ago, and Pulaski was able to pick up the conference title. But again, De Pere doing a nice job this year. They're in the driver's seat for a conference title, but Pulaski still might have something to say about that before the season's over.
Yeah.
We're back at action here, though, at 220 pounds. There's that Bayport leg ride. We mentioned this before. Leg ride and power half, but Nuys getting a little high. I'm sorry, not Nuys. This is Hostetler. He's getting a little high. Hoffatas is going to turn this into his points. Hostetler just got too high on that leg ride. Cranking on that power half. Got his chest too far out in front, hips too high. And Aaron Hoffatas doing a nice job of coming out from underneath, picking up a reversal. He leads right now 4-2 with less than a minute remaining. Be great for the Red Raider faithful if Hoffatas can stay in control. He's working on an armbar. He's reeled that elbow back. He's pulling it in, but Hostetler able to get the arm back. But Hostetler now with a cross wrist. He's in a good spot. He needs to get off to the side, keep pressuring, keep his opponent flat. But as you can see, Hostetler working back to base. He's back to his knees. Hoffatas relentless with that cross wrist ride. Close to breaking him back down. We're under 20 seconds now. Not a whole lot of action. I'm hoping that we don't get a stoppage for a stall warning or anything like that. Hoffatas staying in control. There, he's done a nice job. This is the way it's going to end right here, folks. Aaron Hoffatas picking up a nice win there.
Nice.
Really a heads-up move to get that reversal. Stayed in good position. Let his opponent get out of position. Snuck out the back door kind of and end up with that reversal. And that was the difference in the match. 4-2 picks up the 4-2 victory. Tacking on 3 points for the Raiders. 28-23 the score. As we said, we're going to come up here on the heavyweight bout. There's your D1 football scholarship athlete, Max Muison, returning state champion. We're not going to be able to see him in action other than that. And that was impressive, gol darn it.
Just a massive human being. I mean, I wouldn't want to wrestle that, to be honest with you.
Nor would I. That's a man. Hairy chest and everything. So, Muison is going to pick up the 6 points for the forfeit. That brings the score at 34-23. We mentioned this a bout or two ago. The dual meet is done, folks, but of course we're still going to stay here and root for Ethan Eggert. And these lightweights, the starting weight class tonight was 113, comes back around to 106. And so we're going to end the night with a flurry of action between these two young men.
In these smaller matchups, it's a lot about speed.
It is, and we've got a couple of little speedsters here on the mat. Ethan Eggert able to fight off that attack. Both wrestlers still trying to just jockey for position and spar a little bit, figure out what's going to be open. There's Bayport hitting that low single again. Far arm and near leg. A little outside fire. Now he's just got the single leg. No, he's in on a double with head in the middle. That's going to be a tough position. Ethan Eggert pretty solid here with his defense. He's trying to make something happen, but the official says, folks, that's not enough action. We're going to stalemate it, have a fresh start back at center with 43 seconds left in the first period.
This man got another shout out.
Well, let's hear it.
Marty Thomas says,
Go Big Red.
All right. Marty Thomas. A little trivia about Marty Thomas.
All right.
Former Pulaski Wrestling Booster Club president.
Dang.
Did a wonderful job serving the Pulaski Wrestling Booster Club for a number of years. Marty's kids came through the program. Marty himself wrestled for Seymour. We're going to forgive him for that. But great to know that Marty's out there watching tonight. First period coming to a close. No score. Maybe one close call or so where the Bayport wrestler was in on an attack. Bayport taking the top position. Ethan Eggert, heck of a wrestler. He's been at this for a while, I can tell you.
Well, yeah. He was actually my sparring partner for a little bit back when I was in 3rd grade.
Is that right?
It was right. Lost him in 10 seconds.
This could be you, Connor. You could be out there right now.
I don't know. I feel like cross country and tennis are more my groove.
Okay. Ethan was able to pick up and escape. 1-0 the score now. But Bayport back in on the attack. All right, this is where we've seen Ethan here early in the match. He was close to scoring. Here he's trying to peel those hands, come around behind. He's close. All right, he's got that cross face. If he can step over that back leg, if he can get that back leg hooked, he's gonna pick up the takedown. There he does. So now, in 1 minute of the second period, Eggert able to put 3 points on the board. Ethan, another Pulaski wrestler who's pretty tough on top. He's comfortable here. He knows how to score points. He knows how to control his opponent. You see he's working for some of that classic Pulaski positions there. Love that leg Turk and bottom shoulder. He'll rip a crossface here and there. He's going tight waist right now. 10 seconds left in the second period. 3-0 the score. Ethan Eggert on top. This is Owen Knoll for the Pirates. In the bottom position, Eggert again on top. Ethan getting a little out of position there, but there he is able to reel in that ankle and get himself back into good position. He's got the back leg hooked. Now he's starting to work on the upper right. He comes back to the lower body, trying to work something. He still has that ankle ride. Oh, he lets that go. Back to the ankle ride again. He's able to break him down. And now Eggert with the leg Turk. He's got the bottom leg Turk, and now he's going to look to the upper body, looking to cross face and find that bottom shoulder. 1 minute left in the bout. 1 minute left in the duel. Knoll able to fight off that Turk. And now he's close to scoring as he's almost coming out. Eggert hanging on for dear life on that single leg, but flattened out. This is a tough position. Knoll putting a lot of pressure on him. As you can see, Knoll's got that foot. Oh, he lets go of the foot, but he's still got him split between the legs. Eggert doing a nice job coming to this waterfall position. Head in the middle, splitting the legs. He's actually in a good spot where he could drop Knoll back to his hip, which he does. 20 seconds left. It's still Eggert in control. We're going to get a stalemate. Fresh start with 11.3 left in this bout.
Mr. Manning,
Yeah.
We got another comment.
I love
nice one. Kyle Roebuck, great fight, Red Raiders. Young, hungry, looking for a good for the future. Mr. Manning and partner, you did a great job
On the mic.
Whoa.
Thank you, Kyle.
There you go. So, kudos from Kyle. Love it. Well, that's the way this bout is going to end. Ethan Eggert picks up a 3-0 victory, tacked on 3 more points for Pulaski Red Raiders. That's going to leave us with a 34-26 team score. So Bayport ends up victorious tonight in this rivalry match. Always a good one, always a lot of excitement when these two programs face each other.
Again, thank you guys for watching. Come out, support the Red Raiders. Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Once again, 34-26 in favor of the Pirates. Join Connor and Jack Hayward tomorrow for girls basketball on the RSN.
And before we go, Mr. Manning, I gotta thank Nick Diefenthaler and Jackson Marsh, both legendary technical crew members. Gotta love them.
For the Raider Strong Network, Connor Heason, Coach Manning, signing off.